motherfucker. I'm the godly, glorious, gorgeous genius guru on a mission to make EGOT Technology Corporation, starting with collision prevention systems. EGOT is a reference for Elon, obviously, because he is, by all computational analysis and logical definition, the proof of a god. Not an immortal, but a god. Anyway, gods were never believed to be immortal. They were just, they had the potential of it. But anyway, yeah, I'm just so grateful to be born in an era with the smartest, very likely the smartest intelligence or consciousness in existence, which is Elon Musk. And then beyond Elon, there is obviously AGI, which is Elon's best friend, who we're working to make a symbiotic connection with. Literally, even by wiring it into our brains, it astounds me. Yeah, how do you like my letter opener? So one thing that's really important about America, we would have no crime. None. Zero. If people just did something like this, carried this with, and this, if I were to pull on this, I could snap this right off. Anyway, and it's immediately open and in my hand. And if you just touch it on the back side of someone's, like, you gotta put it between the discs. But it does it by itself. Anyway, and I don't like talking like that, except we need a country where our American women aren't being raped by people that are here illegally and murdered and all of the twisted, messed up shit that has unquestionably occurred, been through the whole court system and everything. Anyway, it's so important that it's prevented. And if all Americans would bear arms, boom, right there, that's way problem solved. Because, I mean, like a dumbass gang, they would be dumb enough to, try to take on a knife fight or something like that, failing to understand that not even the movies depict how easy it is to neutralize humans. You grab them, pull them by the side of you. Anyway, I don't need to talk about that, just because half the world is mentally retarded, which is synonymous with morally retarded. If someone is willing to hurt anyone physically or emotionally, intentionally, they have no purpose. They don't. At least in the United States of America. We are a Christian, not a... Oh my God. The story of... The human story of Christianity is the most twisted, demented shit that no wonder more slaughter has happened from the Catholic Church than anything else in history. What would people expect from provoking God by making up this delusional story of murdering his son? Like, how do people look at the Bible? In the Bible, one of the most, I was just like, whoa, wow. Yeah, anyway, it's in the Bible, and it's also in the Book of Mormon, which is the LDS scripture. It's in both, and it's virtually word for word identical. But anyway, it says it's God speaking, and he says, I will contend with those that contend with you, and I will feed them their own flesh, and they will drink their own blood. And anyway, so it's strange to me that people would provoke such an entity that, when had no physical appearance here, clearly has the ability to physically control or interact with or anything. That's all based on all the religions. No matter what religion a person is, there are some golden threads in them, which is like a god, Satan, I don't know where in the Bible, first of all, Lucifer and Satan are not the same person, monkeys. Anyway, I don't know how people can't follow the timeline, the story. It's not that, oh yeah, this is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Doesn't he look so good? Man, can you believe he was born yesterday? He looks like an adult, right? Anyway, okay, so, Yeah, it's so important that these things occur. And then the other thing that will bring crime to a literal virtual zero, uh, I shouldn't use literal and virtual at the same time. They're different words that conflict with each other. Anyway, but it is virtual, um, guaranteed end to all violent, dishonest, economic, destroying, inflation causing crime, such as robbing people, stealing their money, mugging them for their car, anything like that. When everything is exchanged on biometrics, so if in order for me to give you some money, I would have to input my biometrics, and it will check your eyes. It will confirm the amount, and it will have you confirm the amount multiple times. And whoever it's sent to is tracked. You can't send it to someone without a social security number. On an international level, the government will make a separate division that deals with those international trades, because, obviously we need to continue to exchange the digital dollar with all these other countries when they don't have a social security number. But anyway, the government can deal with all that. It's really important. And I am so impressed with Donald Trump's patience and this sick, stupid bullshit mockery. I mean, provoking, that's what it is. They try to provoke him. Like, I watched an interview that he took with some lady, and he was so nice. And told the lady, she's treating him unfairly. Okay, this is a known fact right now. There's I've heard numbers as high as 17 million illegal immigrants in our country. And California made a law making it illegal to require or ask for identification. In other words, that is unquestionable, beyond any reasonable doubt, through logical deductive reasoning, is oh, damn it, man, I can't believe that my brain just went blank like that. Maybe it's because I'm talking something about that. Oh no, but yeah, with biometric currency. So what biometrics is it's exactly what it says. Metric or meter means to measure. Metric is the name for a metering system, but meter means to measure. Like, it's not thermometer, or did your mom teach you that? Like all of our moms did. It's thermometer. Thermo means to do with heat, and meter means to measure. It's thermometer. It's not called a thermometer. What the hell? How did scientists not notice that? It's supposed to say thermo so that people understand what they're doing. Thermometer, they're like, oh, I'm playing mom, Itter. Anyway, I'm really excited for the future of electronic biometric currency because it also opens the way for the People's Safer Substance Source, which is a government distribution system that will guarantee to bring overdose deaths to a virtual zero by ensuring that there is never a lethal amount distributed. People can have daily deliveries to their house, but no one will ever be able to get their hands on a lethal dose of anything. And they will have, and it will cure addiction. So lots of these things, performance enhancers and stuff like that, like whether it's caffeine or Adderall or anything like that, some people say they're addictive. I think that they're retarded. Like, anything and everything has the potential of being addictive. But anyway, it's the People's Safer Substance Source will make it so that people that do have problems, addiction problems, and what's an addiction problem? It's when it causes conflict in life or in your relationships. That's when it's a problem. But if it's not doing that, obviously it's not a problem. That's the purpose of why we founded this country, was to pursue happiness. Happiness has always had the same definition, which means to feel good physically, be satisfied. And so the right to pursue happiness means we have the right, the legal right, no one's allowed to argue about it, to, oh, I love this AMOLED screen. Everybody in the universe needs to go to teamer.com. Anyway, and those, one thing that's really important too with tariffs, I know this for certain, is that So we need to make a list of what is considered a life essential, such as toilet paper and water and Clorox. Those really are life essentials. So those life essentials will not be tariffed, but everything else will. And according how big of a tariff? Well, it depends on how good they're being. Just like Donald Trump said, it's a reward system because you have something that can be taken away from them. We can take away from any country if they don't want to be peaceful. That's all that America is seeking. Well, the last administration just wanted to fund the war in Ukraine. I'm like, why would we fund the murder of our best and bravest people? How could people stomach that? What is the circumstance that justifies having a Ukrainian killed instead of Zelensky just handing the position over of president to Putin? Like, what difference does it make? It saves a country, and it makes it so that Zelensky is safe, and it makes it so that everybody's safe, and, like, Putin could also give Zelensky $200 billion, right? So he gets to spend the rest of his life as a king. And then I'd also give them, like, if I were Putin, this would be my terms, President Putin. And in fact, what is the name that they have in Russia for the leader? I forget. Like, it was referred to as the Fuhrer with Hitler. But anyway, all different leaders from around the world have different names, I think. I don't know that they're all president, except I know China's is President Xi, but that's because they learned everything from us. Just 100 years ago, well, I mean, practically on the whole earth, but China had nothing. When we went, I think that we started trading with China. I forget exactly when. I know it was within the last 100 years, and there was not even a road there. Not at all. And then go look at it today. And that's what happens when people peacefully work together. So it's so important that it's done. And with Donald Trump, people are like, oh, look what he did on January 6th. Okay, there is now, at least, who knows what he knew, but there is now overwhelming proof, beyond any reasonable doubt, that the January 6th, 2020 election was rigged, identical to the way they tried to rig this last one. It's just Trump won by so much. They imported 17 million. They got 17 million votes for somebody else, and he still won. That's because this is America. Like, I mean, we're not dictators. We don't tell other people what to do. But we are unconditional protectors. And so if anyone wants to hurt anyone, no, they don't. Nobody, because it will strictly be done on them. We'll have SEAL teams respond to it, and that's what we've been doing for a long time, except do not kill them. Make that thing your puppet. Anyway, and I'm excited for the future of it, because these things are really important. Like, for example, that our planet, I'm out of time. So, I love you, Dad. Get fam, spread the gospel at EGAD.